All you need to make a wooden flower is a plane. The size depends on the size of the flower you want to make. This is a Stanley number 4. A hot glue gun with hot glue sticks, of course. A piece of wood depending on the color and size you want for the flower. I used a scrap piece of spruce. And you will need a pair of scissors. Set your plane up for creating relative thick shavings. Try to keep the thickness consistent. You will need between 15 and 20 usable pieces. The rest of the scrap wood will be used as a base later. Take your pair of scissors and the shavings. Now cut out the shape of the petal, but instead of a pointy end, cut a flat edge which we will use for gluing later. The grain and curl should run along the width of the petal. Do not try to be too accurate. Imperfections and different sizes will let it look more natural. For one flower you will need about 50 to 20 petals. Next, take one of the smaller wooden petals and roll it. This will be the center of your flower. Use a blob of hot glue and stick the first piece to the base. You can cover the base with tape to keep it more simple to separate the flower and the base later. Then take the next piece and run a bead of glue along the straight edge. Roll this petal around the first one. Repeat this with as much petals as you need to get a nice big flower. The bigger the flower gets, the bigger the petal pieces and the more flat the angle should be. In some cases you can secure the petal with an extra bead of glue. Adjust the pieces as you go, and as I said, imperfections makes it even more realistic. In the end, you can separate the flower carefully from the base. You should finish the flower with spray lacquer to protect it and keep it stable. Otherwise the petals will curl unevenly when the moisture changes. You could also spray it with a color, for example red, to get an even more natural look. This kind of flower is a nice decoration for a present.